Hello, fellow problem solver. Today I'll be showing you how to use an application called Stacer to optimize and monitor your Linux desktop. Everything I'm doing is for Ubuntu 18, although Stacer will run in any of the major Linux versions. Story time. I actually ran across this article in my Google feed, which is odd because it's 3.5 years old and it showed up in my Google feed yesterday. But it's a really detailed article by Jesse Afolabi, I think is how you say his name, about Stacer that went through the features at the time and the installation instructions at the time. Got me really intrigued, and I've been using it for the last day. I really like it, so I thought I would show you how to set it up today. There's a little bit easier now, a little bit more features than when Jesse wrote this article. This is the GitHub page for the project. It has lots of contributors and is actively being maintained. You can see the last commit was just a couple weeks ago. It's written in C++, which is not a language I'm familiar with, but I'm excited about open source projects, and so I wanted to try it out. This is the website for the project. It includes the install instructions right there on the homepage, as well as a walkthrough if you want to watch that one rather than mine. But let's jump into it. So the first thing we need to do is add the PPA for the repository. That'll just take a few seconds. Awesome. And we need to update our package repositories. And then we have to install the app. By the way, all of the commands that I run here will be available, the link in the description, as well as a link to the project and the Fossman article. Here is the dashboard. I really like these donut charts. The real-time donut charts it reminds me of my favorite parts of the system monitoring components of Windows back when I used Windows as a desktop environment. So I'll focus on some specific features for today. One of which is my favorite is the cleaning feature. So you can select all and it'll start searching for extra files in each of these categories. And then it gives you an itemized list. I don't have much left since I've been running this a lot, but the biggest one for me is always app logs. I had like 3 gigs of app logs when I first installed. And since everything over there is something I'm fine deleting, I hit select all and hit clean. And there you go. It's super fast and very effective. If you have larger files, it takes an extra minute, but you can actually see the change in your disk usage real time, which is really nice. There's a process list similar to the process list in Windows Task Manager, although I like this theme a lot with the white text on the dark background. And one other feature that I think is really important is the time chart for the resource usage. You can see I work my CPUs pretty hard here, recording and everything, but these are really nice. And this is data that's difficult to visualize when you're looking at it from the terminal. And so I really like this color-coded chart here. There's a file system pie chart, which in my case is pretty simplistic, but with more complicated setups would be also very useful. This is one feature I want to demo is the alert-based system monitoring. So you can set up an alert. I'll configure mine here. Oh, it's kind of real time, so it alerted me that it was above 9%, but I'll set it to 99 and jump off. And when you set up an alert, I would recommend doing auto start. That way you don't have to think about starting Stacer. When you have an alert, it'll just start alerting you. You can also manage your startup applications here with Stacer on this second tab. So anyway, what I'm going to do the stress test is I'm actually going to install a package called Stress that I've been using lately for stress testing things that I really like. Super simple. And I'll include a link for that project as well as the StackOverflow answer where I discovered it. I'm going to run a stress test, see if I can get it to max out. recording and 2 CPUs stressed, it should max out, but we'll see. I'm going to start clicking around on stuff. I'm hovering just below that alert threshold, which is actually good that my CPUs aren't maxing out just on this one little stress test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my alert level. Let's go with 95. Went to 9% again. All right, there we go. And I probably, and there we go. Amount of CPU used is over 95%. And that's awesome. It also works well for memory and disk percentage if you want to keep track of those things. I'm pretty good on both of those, so I'm not going to set up alerts today. But that's Stacer. Hopefully it helps you out if you're a Linux desktop user and you miss kind of that one-stop shop for system monitoring and optimization tasks. It has a lot of cool features I didn't show here. I highly recommend you install it and try it out. Thanks for watching.